I feel like both of them would be more than up to it.
I've asked them already, but they're both pretty busy right now. I just gave the members of the Spina a few days off, too, so I don't want to bother them either.
This is getting pretty difficult.
Navia, Cloran, what's up?
Oh my. Well, if it isn't my dear partners. How are you all doing?
Huh. Navia?
Huh? Oh, you mean...
Yep, this is our chance.
Do you need our help with...
Oh, precisely. My dear partners, we've got a huge problem right now that only you can solve.
Whoa, for real?
Absolutely. We've already exhausted all our other options.
Traveler, Paimon, would you join us and play Marechaussee Hunter Judgment Day?
It's a new game script by the Tabletop Troupe, a local roleplay adventure club.
Ever heard of the Tabletop Troupe? They put out games that allow you to participate in a story and roleplay characters with your friends. Oh, I've loved their stuff ever since I was a kid.
That sounds super interesting.
Clorand and I are both veteran members of the club. Recently, someone came up with a new script and was looking for people to help playtest it for them. And when they asked, of course I couldn't refuse. I mean, come on! A brand new script? Nobody has ever played it before.
Generally speaking, scripts at that level of development have a lot of issues, but I think this one is pretty solid. The author obviously put a lot of work into the story, and the world building is also quite credible.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I know I was the one that handed you the script, but some of us haven't read it yet. No spoilers, please.
Anyway, the script calls for a team of 4. Ah, yes. We're missing one final
So, you're saying you'll help us out? I knew I could count on you, partner.
Paimon and the Traveler...
That's not a problem. I'll adjust the pace based on the actual number of players, and ensure that everyone has a good time.
Well, Traveler, what do you think?
Well, that solves our problem. You have our thanks.
Woohoo! I'll go grab the script manager from the club right away.
The script manager? Didn't you just say that you gave Cloran the script?
The club introduced a completely new kind of gameplay for the script. In this iteration, the Game Master's version of the script is incomplete. The script manager provides the next part of the script only after players have completed the current list of objectives. On top of that, in order to increase player immersion, the club has created some of the story's sets and scenes in real life. We'll only know where we should go once the script manager reveals the starting location.
Wow, you're right. Whoever wrote this script really did put in a lot.
And it's got a real healthy amount of suspense, right? I mean, even the GM doesn't know how the story will end.
I look forward to experiencing it with you all.
Why don't you go meet up with the others first? They should all be waiting at Chioria Boutique. I'll come over with the script manager as soon as I find them.
Sounds good. Remember to always watch where you're going, and don't rush.
You say that like I'm 6 years old or something. Let me think. What kind of character should I play this time?
I just hope you'll pick up some useful skills this time. Oh, and stop trying to persuade every animal you come across. Oh, sorry to keep you waiting.
You're back! Huh? And you've got the Traveler and Paimon with you too!
What a pleasant surprise. I assume you'll be joining us for the game then?
Linny, Farina! Paimon didn't know you...
I'm more of a casual member if anything. I haven't taken part in many formal club activities. Lynette, Fremine, and I play something similar at the Hotel Bouffe Tété sometimes, but I'm usually the GM. Still, I'm sure it'll be fun being a player for the first time. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I'm not a member of the club at all. Claran simply woke me up first thing this morning, said there was a good script worth experiencing, and asked if I wanted in.
If you're interested, I can give you a referral. That should give you a 40% discount on membership fees.
I think I'll wait to see how this experience plays out first, especially when it comes to the quality of the script. If it's sufficiently fun, then I'll join.
Do you participate in a lot of tabletop troupe activities, Clarine?
You could say that. She's actually one of the few senior game masters of the troupe.
Ah, right. I knew about that even when she was still my subordinate.
It's nothing. Really, just a small hobby of mine.
Wow. Paimon's so used to seeing you be all upstanding and intimidating as the champion duelist. It's kind of hard to imagine you role-playing with a bunch of friends.
Surely you jest. I would never intentionally make things difficult for my players. I maintain a clear boundary between my professional and personal lives. The me you see at court represents the law and order of Fontaine. I put all personal feelings to the side, and grant a fair duel to all who seek to defend their honor. But in my personal life, I'm just an ordinary person. Someone who feels anger and sadness, just like everyone else.
Well, you say that, but for all the time I've known you, I don't think I've ever seen you cry. I've seen you get angry, sure, but now I'm wondering whether you were actually mad or if it just looked that way from the outside.
I was probably in work mode during those times.
Is that so? Well, in any case, I just feel like even in your personal life, you don't get emotional very often.
So you want to see me cry? That might be a little difficult. A show of anger, though, that might be something I could accomplish.
No, that's not what I meant.
I'm back! Here, allow me to introduce you to the script manager, Mr. Florian.
Pleasure to meet you all.
Wait, are you a champion duelist too, Mr. Florian?
Oh, no. This is just the costume provided by the club. I occasionally play a few of the roles in my scripts.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's nothing. It's the least we can do to give the players a more immersive experience. Anyway, allow me to give you a brief introduction of the script. This script was adapted from the real history of the Marushose hunters. You all will play the role of hunters from a bygone era and resolve a series of...
Paimon's
Oh, no problem at all. I can give you a brief rundown. So, basically, their story can be traced back to the ancient... But I'll leave the finer...
And
In that case...
Whoa, just when...
Aha! I see many a determined gaze before me.
So, as we follow the story, it leads us to specifics.
it's the Please check all your belongings up.
Sounds good. Hunt...
really have thought of everything. Even the phaetometer is here and ready to...
The phaetometer.
It's a card that's used.
And what about all the dessert and tea?
That's what the message said.
Really? That's so nice.
Those snacks have Paimon
I think you might be more of a snack.
Snack Hunter Paimon reported for duty. If there are delicious snacks to be found,
The desserts are great. But
First, please pick up the blank character. You can find an abbreviated version. In this story, everyone is a...
ooh, nice.
As hunters, you have proficiency...
Swordsmanship.
Why don't...
so for the name.
Yep. It can be...
You can use your real name too if you want. I do.
Oh, so it would be like experience.
In that case,
Next up is the skill sheet.
Oh, those skills sound like...
So should
not necessarily. For example, I think I'll take stealth and sleight of hand.
Oh, interesting. Let me see. I'll take art.
Well, that leaves us. What do you want? Ha! Got a set. Ooh, so you want to help? So what do you think? Are you sure you want to...
Let's see.
You've all picked such...
Why do I get the feeling she's getting...
For example, this...
Oh, I saw that one.
The script's world-building rules, huh?
Oh, that's not for us to...
All right, you've convinced Paimon.
Well, now that everyone... Since 2 of our players are doing this for the first time, though, let me ask. Would you like to play on easy mode, or...
What?
Well, in roleplay... For example, if you choose to play in... If you choose easy mode...
Give... Huh? Oh, come on. Don't worry about never knowing what you...
All right, then...
What about you, dear partner?
Are you sure?
No need to...
Honestly,
No?
Well, anyway.
Speaking of the story,
Well, that's because a long time ago, back when human civilization was still in its infancy, soon a group of... Sometime later, as a member of the Marechaussee Hunters, you receive a commission. Following the address provided on the message, you take a boat and arrive at this strange city. As you inhale, you can taste the slightly salty air of the docks as you begin to survey your surroundings. Your eyes meet, and you...
You're all Marshals. What say you to traveling to...
Okay, my name is Linny. I've been wandering since I was little and picked up a few less than legal tricks along...
my name is Farina.
Hey, you can do it, Farina.
Paimon is Paimon, a good friend and companion.
I've been studying medicine ever since I was a child. I want to do my part to eradicate these monsters and use what I've learned to heal others.
Oh, welcome. When we face them...
You open your envelopes at the same time. The message reads, "To the honorable and trustworthy Marechaussee Hunters, our kingdom is currently facing a great... The lands outside the...
The scriptwriter must...
As experienced hunters, Yet, as you regard...
I carefully read every line of the letter.
You see a long string of...
Oh, good idea.
You look up and see a tavern.
Why don't we go check out that tap?
As you approach the tavern, you find a plainly dressed woman standing nearby. She appears to be rather troubled about something.
Greetings, friend. Lovely weather.
Oh, hello. I suppose you're right.
It seems like every character included in the script has a certain amount of useful information to offer.
Oh, come now. Don't be...
Huh?
Nothing turns a frown.
You didn't even take cooking.
That's...
So you're someone who barely... Hey! Did she just...
Clorian must have...
This isn't getting us any...
Are you sure? In that case, please refer...
Whoa, it was a success!
You remain silent as you prepare a pot and fire to use for cooking. The woman stares at you with her mouth agape as you skillfully cut the ingredients. After some time, a rich aroma begins.
Please have some food. Who knows, maybe you'll feel better after eating something delicious.
Whoa! That's amazing!
Wait. So...
You were right.
So, what had you so worried earlier? Could you tell us a bit more about it?
Okay, let me fill you in. A horde of monsters suddenly appeared near the capital recently, so all the
Do you remember when those
I'm not...
Do you know where...
It all happened so...
You have our thanks, friend.
Oh, thank you.
Don't worry. We don't always get to
You bid farewell to the woman, and continue your journey further into the city. As you venture further into the city, the streets appear largely empty. An elderly woman walks past. You see her shake her head as she puts away her wrinkled wallet. A nearby merchant folds his arms and gives you a disdainful look. You get the impression that he's someone who has long gotten used to the sight before him.
Although he doesn't see...
Pardon me, sir.
That depends.
How about...
What do you take me for?
surely an
What do you know? War's nearly upon us. Everything costs several times what it did before.
Whoa, what a nasty guy.
But he still might have information we need. Traveler, can you think of something? Sir, we came to this city to solve the very problem you seem to be referring to. The war you mentioned, would it happen to be against the monsters outside the city? If you happen to be well informed, and know a thing or two about...
Well, those monsters are camped out. We have limited reserve.
Wait. You're...
Who knows? Maybe they...
That is concerning.
All right. That's all the information you...
You know, if you...
Should we try to go somewhere with more people?
Oh, how about the city square? Follow me.
Before you lies the city's central square. You see a man with a slightly anxious look on his face, pacing back and forth, his head hanging low. He doesn't seem to notice your approach. Still immersed in his own thoughts, he shakes his head and lets out a long...
This guy seems promising enough. Hello, sir. Is there...
Wait... Oh, dear...
You recognize us?
Yes!
What happened here?
Alas. However,
Are there...
it's not a... Most people my age have never even seen one of the monsters, much less been trained to fight against them. When I was a child, though, to be perfectly honest...
Well, you can rest easy, friend.
The man is touched by your determination and resolve.
Still, if...
Although...
I see.
All right, be careful. They're actively working, even one of our kindest...
Talk about being stuck between.
I feel bad for him.
Hey, not every...
I appreciate your brave hunters.
If I understood correctly, there are currently 2 problems in the kingdom.
Exactly.
But, well, this...
Well, Clarence,
I wouldn't say it's a perfect...
Sure. As long as it...
Paimon wants to know too.
No.
Huh? So you mean...
In theory, yes. All you would need to do. Still, most people dropped out at the early stages. And others...
What kind of monsters did the hunters fight?
The land of Fontaine once played host to an ancient one of the ancient sorcerers of Remuria.
Now, wait a second.
Well, I wasn't planning on going into anything you might be able to
Wait, but those people are...
from my master.
Huh. By master, you mean Miss Petronia?
Someone you know?
Absolutely. Miss Petronia and my father were good friends. Back in the day, she would often bring Clorand over to play, but then...
Let's not get off topic. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Responding to Egeria's call. Yet...
Is that really a bad thing, though?
Depends on who you ask.
Speaking of investigations,
I vote monster.
Well said, Miss Farina. Plus, if the sort...
what about you, partner? It's decided that...
All right.
Let's take a look around, like that guy said.
You there! Outsiders, halt!
Who's there?
An armored man approaches you. He has a tall, muscular build, and although he's trying his best, I'm the captain of the guard. State your purpose, or it's off to the dungeons for the lot of you.
Wow, it's been a while since...
I said talk, not whisper.
Have you...
Marachose hunters? Ha! That fairy tale you... Using your knowledge of medicine,
I'm a doctor by trade. Please, let me redress your wound. You don't have to suffer like this.
the man appears somewhat disgruntled at having been exposed, but soon relents and raises his leg for you to take a better look. He allows you to apply a poultice of specialized medicine to the wound, and it appears to bring him much relief. The tension in his brow eases. All right. Guess you lot might actually be real Marachose hunters after all. In any case, you've successfully treated my wound. So, what do you want to know?
Do you know where we can find the monsters, or the other guards who are fighting them?
He informs you of the various locations where monsters have appeared. He looks in that general direction with a pained gaze, as if a thin, Some of our new recruits have never...
Oh, please, sir.
Hearing you say that, those monsters aren't easy. I just hope all the guards...
Based on what the captain said, the monsters should be right up ahead. Let's go. Hopefully we're not too late.
As you approach the battlefield, you see numerous people lying by the side of the road. They appear to be dressed like guards. Their faces are filled with desperation and terror. Some are screaming and cursing in vain, as if still trying to banish the monstrosities they saw from their minds. A few of the wounded look up at you in shock and disbelief. Quick, leave this place. Turn around and don't look back, they yell.
This is the place he mentioned, right?
You see broken iron swords scattered all around you, and downed all the signs point to one thing.
Be on your guard, everyone. The monsters might still be around.
Before you can finish your sentence, you hear rustling sounds from the surrounding bushes. The monsters have emerged. They close in on you without fear. You get the impression that, in their bloodthirsty eyes, you're just another meal for them to devour.
A little help here! This thing wants to eat Paimon!
Your battle round begins now.
Watch out! Attack! That's the way.
Now disappear! A round of applause!
The next battle round begins now.
Hey there! Ha-ha! Hiya! Ha! Let the world collide! Shower me with...
The monsters let out a terrifying roar of anger and resentment before dissipating in...
Oh, thank goodness it's over.
We're lucky the Marashose Hunter class came with all those...
I never knew the photometer even did.
That's part of the fun. The uncertainty of fate is what gives these games their appeal.
Just as you begin to celebrate your victory, a suspicious lump on the ground catches your attention.
A suspicious lump. Wait, could it be the thing that appears after every battle?
I walk up to it, crouch down, and begin to carefully examine it. I've still got my right glove on, so it should be fine for me to touch it, right?
As you investigate the map with the monsters gone...
Whoa, it's a treasure chest!
With everyone's help, you successfully excavate the wooden chest from the ground. Even without opening it, you can tell from the mora and jewels scattered around the chest that it must contain quite the fort.
Makes sense. We worked hard.
I can understand your excitement, Paimon, but think about it. Doesn't it seem like there are people...
Yeah. Think about all the people suffering in the capital. Or all those guards who got...
Wait, is that how it works?
Well, let's put it this way. Any decision you make during a role-playing game...
But would the people really believe us? It's hard enough for us to prove we're
That's definitely something we should consider. Maybe we...
Well, if donating it could...
Looks like you're facing a difficult... Well, it's getting late.
Wow!
I'm not sure if it's because I'm having so much fun with you all, or because the story is
Here, here!
Yeah, that won't work for me either. Lynette will give me...
I understand how you feel, Navia, but we have to change venue.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. There's a special note for the GM at the end of this section that says to proceed.
Whoa! They really pulled out all the stops for this new script.
Well, even if we end the game for the day, we can still... That's just a coincidence, okay? Besides, and anyway, Paimon...
Well,
It's nothing. I appreciate the concern, but... My earliest memories are of living with Master. According to her,
What a heavy
Master was a my first ever toy was a short...
Oh, wait, so she handed an actual sword to a child?
Of course I did. See? That's what you get for not holding the sword properly.
Excuse me for asking.
Probably around...
3?
As I said,
I'm not so sure this is a question of experience.
I didn't see anything wrong with her ways at the time. And anyway, children don't get to choose how they're raised. Oh, she did bring me back a pet from Liyue once. It was a Geovishap hatchling.
A Geovishap hatchling? For a pet? That seems even more dangerous!
What she said was this: make sure to get along, you two.
And
5.
well,
No, I lost.
So, you're saying you actually became the Geovishap?
Yes,
That really doesn't...
later on, thanks to her, I learned how to even though the training she subjected...
I still remember the... After that, though, you start...
I had a lot of fun during those...
We tried to pretend like we never heard it.
Protector of justice. Oh, wait,
Yep, that would be her.
20 years ago.
Oh,
There's no need. Although, calling her...
Huh? When did the Protector of Justice...
Oh, she had a bunch of... Later on, she probably...
that sounds like her, all right.
well, she certainly sounds.
It's true. I always wanted to become like...
But
She suddenly disappeared.
Disappeared?
I have no idea. That night, I was celebrating my birth when she still didn't appear after a few...
Papa probably didn't know either.
Don't worry, I understand. Just like how, when a little...
Were you upset, Clorand?
I was at first, but not anymore.
Well, despite everything, you still knew...
Who knew? I wonder. Oh no. Judging by the atmosphere, Clorand did not...
Well, anyway,
I had a great time today,
Anytime.
the script was good, but hey, you should...
What does she mean, on to something? Guess I'll head back as well.
You're that excited to hear about...
I was talking about the...
Let's go meet up with the group!
Looks like everyone's here. Now, before we begin,
Is that really the Have you all...
I admire the work put into the set.
So the set...
Unfortunately,
anyone think Clorand's smile is...
Well, whatever happens, we'll just. If we're worried about a wrap.
Yeah, it might be better.
staring at me won't get...
Why aren't you saying anything now?
Oh, this is the short sword Clorand mentioned last night.
Huh.
Well, I made sure to... Anyway, where were we? Oh, right. I was just thinking about all...
Wait, we haven't been thrown into prison yet, have we?
Well, it's only a matter of time.
Alright, right. Paimon's made up her. Paimon may have wanted to keep it, but if it's good.
So, you reached an agreement? All right then.
Oh, and we'll collect all the scattered.
All right. You collect the treasure. The city is still shrouded in places where sunlight struggles.
Thank you, kind.
The elderly woman's look of gratitude follows you as you walk away. Her eyes.
She's probably
Should we go find that man again at the square?
Oh, good idea.
Just as you start to make way. Please wait, distinguished guests. Several strange guards suddenly call out to you. They run forward to meet you.
Greetings, gentlemen.
Surely you jest, my lady.
Well, we have to invest.
I say we go for it. If
After a quick discussion, gilded tables lie.
Wow.
The elderly king. He wears above his They're here, your majesty. A man dressed in dark clothes, likely a minister, shields his mouth with his hands and bends down to whisper a few words to the king. After a moment, he lowers his hands and stands back up. His gaze shifts to fixate on your group, but he does not move from his place at the king's side.
The king does not appear entirely aware of his surroundings. The man by his side, though. We should keep a close eye on him.
The king remains still and says nothing. The minister is the one who speaks. Esteemed guests, allow me to thank you for coming to our faraway kingdom. Unfortunately, His Majesty the King finds himself. I've heard tell that, however.
Well, we've got not. The golem's blades were so powerful, they could cut down trees in a single. Well,
Your account does indeed match those of the survivors. Since you were the ones who defeated the monsters, that must mean you are also.
How did he know about—
Ah, then.
Wait, but didn't...
Only that which is.
But that's completely
yeah, that makes no sense.
Maybe so, yet the. What? No answer? Surely you're not insinuating that you, a group of legendary marechaussee hunt.
Well, what about the.
Clad in his magnificent robe,
From the look of things.
I would like to observe
the guards in the palace appear fully armed, their expressions solemn.
So there goes my plan.
It appears we've been visited by. Before I decide your fate, however, I must.
Can't we try to slip away?
But if we try to fight the guard—
Don't worry. At least we think.
I think so.
You allow yourself to be. It's only when you begin to. Stay here. The guards lock the cell door.
Wait, sir!
Your voice echoes through.
No!
Carve out a new path of fate with our own.
You reach toward your waist.
What about that knife?
When did you hide it in there?
When I was thinking about.
Rejected.
And the keys to the cell are...
Correct. You don't.
well,
Indeed.
Huh? Why are you the one saying indeed?
Because that statement holds true for me.
What?
I mean.
That is.
If only they.
before I took a closer—
Wait.
I doubt it. Master left many things. I gave you the sword back then.
Wait, when—
After the duel.
Before that. After the duel, though, there was a period of time. We were both sad. Whenever I looked at this back then.
No one can change the past.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Think nothing of it.
Looks like the next part of our script is here.
Perfect timing.
From Claren's face.
Water continue. Eventually, you get used to the unpleasant odor of straw, mold, and rust. And suddenly,
Heads up, everyone.
Gather close, everyone, and keep...
Who are you?
I work as a guard in these dungeons, but my true identity...
Huh?
Shh. I've already said...
I understand, but
The king has issued a formal
Execute it!
monsters appearing at the same...
There will be time for speculation. Infiltrating the capital was...
Have you seen our weapons anywhere?
Don't worry, I brought them with me. His faction is too powerful to defeat him. You must find a secret vault. It is said that within that vault...
You're not coming with us?
No, I'll remain in the as long as my identity is not...
In that case, please stay safe.
Thank you for your concern. I will do my utmost. As for the location of the vault, here.
Got it.
All right, once I open the door, remember to stick close and refrain from making any noise. You now have the chance to... And be
With the help of the guard, you successfully escape the dungeons.
Wait, we didn't get to use our skills at all while we were in prison. Who knows when we're gonna get the chance to use that cool summon spell?
That is a pity, but we can only continue to move forward.
silence!
One with nature. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Can't see?
This should be the place marked on the map.
This bit of rock certainly look...
Well, I'd say...
Wow, you really meant that!
Before you lies a serene stretch of open water. Its surface...
Well, guess this...
What's the matter?
It's not... As you step into the cave, you find yourself in an eerily quiet space.
Wow, this must be where the...
But this door is...
Huh. What if we...
A pattern on a stone door.
Is something wrong?
After a long, difficult journey, you finally arrive at the location indicated by your map. It appears to be an ancient site of some sort, where your surroundings are exceedingly...
We're doing this for the sake of the people.
Linny's right. We need to keep the next part of the story.
Yes, that... Something feels off about all...
I found something.
Found something here, too.
Same here.
It worked!
Something just appeared. Some kind...
By solving the puzzles, you prove at the end of each puzzle, you're rewarded with
With?
a key.
Oh, it must be the key to the big...
Huh? This is... It is said that 4 key...
Huh?
You hear a few strange noises.
Huh? What's going on? Did we fall into...
For the sake of immersion,
But Paimon can still see a little bit over here. Oh, right. Sorry.
suddenly, you hear the sound of footsteps pierce through the darkness.
There's someone else here.
I've been discovered then?
Wait, that voice, it's...
You recognize the voice as belonging to the guard who led you to this place. It appears he now covets the treasure for himself, and has come to stake his claim.
Oh, so this is just part of the script. Well, if we can't...
Judging by the way he's holding his sword, he must be a real Marechaussee hunter. But this isn't part of the script.
Retreat! That's not the hut.
Your choice is noted.
You got it!
Well then. Where evil lurks, shoot on sight.
I'd like to try to hit him with my sword.
Your strike is successful.
Ha! Is he still standing? Goodness, he sure...
Is it over? Can we open our eyes now?
The enemy is strong and relentless, but the battle is nearing its end. The
What about now?
final strike. Ha! Warm fire flickers across the walls once more. Your vision is now clear. In an impressive display of courage, the four of you successfully defeat the uninvited guest. That look in his eyes. It's like he became an entirely different person as soon as I defeated him.
Huh? Oh, wait. Speak your name, guard. Is this treasure?
What kingdom? What I, Florian.
So he's also using...
Then I'm even more...
What do you know?
What's that
My skills were passed down to me by my father. We lived a life of obscurity in the remote wilderness. Still, he devoted everything he had to being a Marashose hunter. And what did he get in return? A life of poverty and pain. In a world that forgot all about him. When he died, not a single person came to mourn his passing. The Marashose hunters were the ones who saved this city. We're heroes! We deserved more recognition and respect than this!
Is he talking about how no one...
So that's why you want to take the...
If you already knew where the treasure was...
Because I still needed the final key.
Only a true Marashose hunter, as someone who sought to hurt others.
Okay, but
You're sure you want to go?
We've been talking about it for so long. Of course we want to see what's in...
And we've already defeated Florian, right?
Pesky brats.
Watch yourself.
Then let's open the door together.
All right. Before you, the door. You hear the shrill wail of the door hinge as it rotates for the first time after years of disuse. Almost like a sleeping giant letting out an extended yawn.
It's open! Come on, let's go in! Paimon wants to see what's inside!
Ooh, me too!
ugh, uncovering his...
A stone tablet?
You call this...
Maybe the troop ran out of...
They provided a super...
Wait, I get it now.
This is it?
Whoa, are you...
The Marashose hunter before you appears to suffer a serious mental breakdown. One of you seems to understand the significance of the treasure already. If the rest of you wish to follow suit, you may remain here in the meantime, and... So, how are you doing? Feeling any better?
What just happened?
Do you remember how you got here? Or what happened to your body just now?
I remember now. I brought you here because I wanted to... The explosives in the cave!
You mean these?
Huh? How did you...
I could tell something was off the moment I stepped into this cave, so I kept an eye out. I've already dismantled the whole thing.
So the strongest champion duelist in all of Fontaine saved the day once again. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. It would seem your skills as a Marashose hunter are as sharp as ever.
I deserve some answers, don't you think? Tell me why you wanted to lure me here. Everything you said earlier sounded like the truth. Luckily, your monologue was dramatic enough to convince my friends you were just role-playing.
I don't know. I just always felt like there was something in my heart that didn't belong to me. Something agitated and angry. Who knows? Maybe it was my own anger all along. I could never really tell. The feelings about my father and the other Marechaussee hunters are real. It just wasn't fair. I was angry, bitter that no one remembered them or praised their accomplishments. I don't know when it started, but at some point, my anger came to completely consume me. At that point, I remembered the legend my father used to tell me. The one about the treasure.
But if the treasure was all you cared about, why plant all those explosives? Wouldn't they just destroy the treasure and bury you along with it?
I can't remember. My head is a mess. It felt like there was this voice telling me to eliminate the hunters, but now it's gone.
From your description, I suspect you were dealing with a devorator.
Devorator?
Oh, your master, your father, I mean, never talked about it? It was a kind of monster that was active several centuries ago.
No, I've heard of it. I'm just not sure why you suddenly... Wait, it can't be. The seal!
The seal?
My family has served as Marechaussee hunters for many generations. But the title and swordsmanship weren't the only things passed down over our line. There was a seal as well. My father instructed me to always watch over that seal and maintain it regularly. He said it had been passed down over a truly ancient age, and protecting it was our clan's most important duty. But I neglected that duty after he died. I finally decided to come down and check on it one day, and that's where my memories become fuzzy.
The Devorator would be a formidable adversary for any mortal being, even ones as capable as the Hunters. If you lacked the power to completely destroy it, you could easily fall prey to its influence and corruption. In light of this, some Marechaussee hunters chose to seal the Devorator away, in the hopes that a permanent solution would come with the passage of time.
I heard it has the power to amplify the obsessions and desires in people's hearts, to the point where they overtake you entirely. It would seem I'm not just lacking in skill with a blade, but in mental fortitude as well.
And yet, you were able to retrieve 3 of the 4 keys. If I remember correctly, each was entrusted to a respected and capable hunter. How did you manage it?
One of them belonged to my father. The second I stole from a different hunter. And the third... was one that I snatched while the person was on the way home from the tavern. I nearly died in that alley. I know just how strong you are. It's as clear as day to everyone in Fontaine. I observed you from dusk to dawn, but could never find any opportunity to sneak up on you. I never even saw you drink a single glass of liquor. The only way I could think to obtain that last key was to lure you here using your hobby, and then... Oh, I get it now. That monster, it wanted to bury you here alongside the treasure.
I won't comment on anything else, but the script was good.
Well, I did pour my heart and soul into it. The stories my father used to tell me about the glory of the heroic Marechaussee hunters and how they came to be forgotten.
It's more than just a story.
Huh?
You're proud to be a hunter. You're still holding onto that part of yourself, no matter how small.
I have done so many despicable things. I have nothing to be proud of.
Then explain the purpose of the evil sorcerer in your story.
Huh?
Isn't he the true antagonist? The one who sought nothing but his own gain, and used the people as pawns to attain it? In your heart of hearts, he was the one you truly wanted to defeat.
But I've already tainted my sword. I no longer have any right to...
Wake up, Florian. Remember how you introduced yourself earlier. Do you really think the hunters acted out of a desire for honor and glory? Or to be loved and acknowledged by the people? What did your father teach you about our order? You do not wield your sword for yourself, but to protect those you serve. There's nothing special about a blade. It's the intentions of the wielder that matter above all else. Do you still not understand? Even after seeing the treasure for yourself? The contents of that room, they represent the true legacy the hunters left behind.
You're right. I am a Marashose hunter. It's time for me to redeem, no, to finally serve the people I vowed to protect all along.
I wouldn't be so quick to push aside the need for redemption.
I know. That's a charge I won't bother to defend myself against.
Good. Then, come with me, and help me see the script through to the end.
Huh? See the script through to the end? But there's no more script left.
Never finished it, huh?
No, I mean, I wrote the script with the sole purpose of luring you all here. There was no reason to write beyond this point.
Then we'll just have to keep writing it. The evil sorcerer still needs to be defeated.
You mean the Devorator? Are you saying I have to make up the rest of the script as we go along?
Is that really so hard? You've already written most of it. Surely you can write an ending where the hunters win and justice prevails. I'll be there to help you too.
You aren't afraid your party will fall into danger?
I know what my friends are capable of, and they're all quite skilled. Besides, I need their help.
Then, are you going to tell them the truth about all this?
I don't intend to spoil the fun. Sometimes, protecting dreams and fantasies is more important than exposing the truth. Don't you think?
They're back!
That took a while.
Ahem! My fellow Marashose hunters, please forgive me, for I have sinned.
Tone it down.
Sorry. After crossing swords with you and witnessing your courage in battle, I've rediscovered my true self and regained my pride as a Marashose hunter.
Oh, do I smell a redemption arc?
I confess, I was brainwashed by—
That little...
That's right. He's a—
And how...
To be perfectly honest, the treasure was actually—
The names of all the Marashose hunters from—
Wait, you—
Of course.
We just finished reading through the content of the stone tablet.
That tablet recorded the lives of some fascinating people. She inherited the
So, she was just like—
Oh,
Well, when you put it that way, working as an executioner, he supposedly used a countless number of tricks to confound his enemies in battle. Oh, if only I could have seen the feats of magic he pulled off back then.
Their lives were all so exciting. You could write so many cool books about their accomplishments.
because they chose to be. To hunt monsters at—
Then this stone tablet—
That's right. The only time they spoke of their
so...
No wonder this place was so well hidden.
You regard the stone tablet. The tablet proves that their legacies shall continue.
Father, you want— Thank you, my friend. I implore you, everyone.
Well, I said—
Sounds good to me too.
I have no objections, but... Mr. Florian, do you eat—
Huh? He's afraid of the treasure? But there's nothing here except some...
What if this— GM?
At first glance, these blades have slain.
So basically, take these with us, right?
I'll take this weapon, since it used to belong to At.
Ah, good idea. I'll take Mr. Walter's bow then. From one archer magician to another.
Paimon's gonna pick a cool weapon too!
As you grip your weapons, you can almost feel the will of past hunters coursing through your...
Mr. Florian, do you know where to find the...
I was able to see his surroundings when we must be extremely careful.
Then why don't we explore some more?
Oh, no, we have to strike.
I agree with Mr. Florian.
Yeah, now that we've got a plan, there's no point in waiting.
Yes, that's what's called... Yes,
Alright, you've...
Mr. Florian, please.
of course.
He had to set up so many...
Finally, you decide to as you walk away. Finally, you arrive at the church Florian described. As you approach, an ominous aura surrounds.
How strange.
Now, it is time for the final battle.
Let's go.
Florian, wait.
What's wrong?
I think you should wait outside. You've already been corrupted by the Devorator once. It could easily re-enter your mind and take control of your body. I don't think it's a good idea for you to be this close. If it corrupts you again, it's possible you might take on a new form entirely.
That's exactly why I have to go. Why I should be at the very front. Yes,
That's too risky.
I understand, but if the Devorator will have a hard time You're not like me, Miss Chlorine. This is... Consider it a duel to restore my...
Then, as a champion duelist, I hereby accept your request for a duel, and extend to you my most sincere regards.
Thank you.
The battle is now upon us. Let the Devorator once again tremble under the blade of the Marechaussee hunters.
So lifelike!
This foe is not invincible. You hold the treasure. The power to defeat it in your own two hands.
The treasure? You mean... The names! It's the Marechaussee hunters' names!
How are we supposed to...
You forget, Paimon? There's still one skill we saved until the very end.
Hunters fight not for fame, but to aid the people whenever they are summoned.
Walter the Marechaussee Hunter, master of 1,000 tricks, executioner of the Phantom Hunters, I call for aid!
Est, the Marechaussee Hunter, inheritor of Cassiodor's will, judge of the Shadow Hunters. Answer my call!
Petronia, protector of justice and order, the hunter I respect the most. Thank you for saving my friend, the best one I'll ever know. Please, lend us your strength!
We have come to answer your summons. And so, the monsters were eradicated, and the sorcerer was defeated. Peace soon returned to the capital. Those in the court, manipulated by the sorcerer, also recognized the errors of their ways. Some remembered the names of the heroes who saved their kingdom, but others simply continued their lives none the wiser. Such is the story of They Will Always Protect. Yes, you...
It's a pretty solid story overall. That final battle is
Oh, right.
That...
Yeah, mine nearly scared... Oh, we should...
Did you have a good time?
Of course.
Sure, no problem.
Then I'll head back for now. Once Mr. Flory...
You're right. He's had a...
Well, see...
Okay, so,
I think it should be fine.
what in the world? I was dying of curiosity the...
Guess none of us wanted to be...
What are you all talking about?
Oh, wait. Don't...
bit...
You're saying...
It's probably more accurate to say this...
What?
So loud.
Hey, you! Get up right now! Did Paimon just hear that? It's not nice to lie to people.
Yeah, it was like...
If Paimon knew something was wrong...
Everything was under...
As if you've...
Guess I'm just used to it.
You must run...
As for you,
I know there's no...
I would say you've already...
what?
You may have been blinded by fame. You'll be far more used to the city.
But...
Of course, you'll still need...
yes.
As far as I'm concerned, though, your showing in the duel was enough to prove...
Thank you so much, until we meet again.
Speaking of Marashose hunters, what should we...
Leave it be.
Are you sure? We could show it to people?
No. I am no exception.
That's certainly very different.
Wait! Paimon just remembered...
That's because the Mara show...
Oh, so that's...
Well, I'm sure the summit...
Oh?
This particular Dever, the names you recited all...
So the names held the...
Navia.
Huh? Oh,
I really appreciated those words.
all right, all right. Anyway, let's not talk...
She ran off!
I should probably head back as well. This story was true. Good.
Traveler. Should your name and deeds be forgotten, what do you think the significance of your journey will be?
I suppose the significance would be the journey itself and the world we helped create. There's still value in the time I shared with everyone here, in the things we were able to accomplish, even if no one remembers them.
A great answer. I'll remember it. Me? The Marashose hunter says nothing in response to that question. Perhaps her answer lies in her silence. An unspoken vow left to echo through the night. The path she walks needs no explanation.